welcome to another gaming news video. So as I'm sure you guys are already aware, SimCity was released this week. It was only released here last night, so I haven't had a full day even to experience it myself. However, regardless of if you've played it or not, if you've been keeping up with social media on Twitter, Facebook, talking to people who have played the game, reading gaming websites and things like that, you'll likely already realise that the game's launch has not gone nearly as smoothly as I'm sure EA were hoping. And of course, as was expected, this is largely due to server load and the fact that the game does require always online connectivity. The main problem here is very similar to Diablo 3's launch about a year ago. It's actually plagued by some very similar problems. Both of the games introduced that always online necessity to play the game, which was not very well received before the launch even. And then once the game was launched, there were obviously problems with the server load. People are unable to get online to even play a game on their own. It's the same for Diablo and for SimCity, and it's just causing some very unhappy customers. Apparently EA and Origin are offering refunds for SimCity for unhappy customers. However, it's not as easy as just going up to Origin support and just asking for the refund and having it put through like that. There are some situations where refunds are being offered but not actually fulfilled. Some situations where representatives are just saying, well, we're working on the server load, so we're not offering refunds at this point. So it seems like it's not really a completely fair playing ground. Some people are getting their refunds, some people are getting told to just wait till the server problems are fixed. When I loaded the game up last night, I managed to get in just fine. It defaulted me to an overseas server because I guess the local server for me was full, but that was fine, didn't impact my playing time at all, and it worked out great. So as long as the game's actually loading and remaining connected, it's working out really well. The problem is that with these constant disconnections when the server is busy and not being able to load at all, along with problems about people losing their save data, people losing entire cities, it's just not nearly the launch they could have wanted it to be. And I think this was partially to be expected. Again, like Diablo 3, people were obviously going to be expecting some sort of problems with a game that does require online connectivity. However, if they'd only just put in a single player mode, we could have at least played offline while this server was getting fixed up. EA and Origin have announced that they are looking to implement more servers to help with the server load, and that should ideally fix our problems, but it's still a very upsetting launch for a game that was so highly anticipated by so many people. If you've managed to get online in SimCity or you've been plagued by these server issues, let me know in the comments because I would love to hear your thoughts. Like I said, when I do manage to get in, I really enjoy myself. However, the fact that I'm having trouble getting into a game that I have in my Origin library is a little bit of a cause for concern. Next piece of news is that a new trailer for Deadpool the game has been released. Deadpool the game's juvenile but awesome trailer.
Deadpool here. I see you looking at me like, where do I know him from? Let us help you out. Marvel, anti-hero. So yeah, kind of a big deal. In fact, Marvel hired the best editors in the world to create an expensive-ass trailer for my new game. But we took all their money and made our own trailer. Booyah!
The more I hear about this game, the more excited I get for it. It looks like it's going to be crazy and full of insanity and just hilarious and just full of the fourth wall breaking, and everything about it just looks really good. So I hope they continue to hype up the game and make it worth its while. My final piece of news to discuss today is the follow-up to the Dead Space 4 cancellation story that I discussed in my previous news video. Shortly after I posted the video, I did post an update via annotation and a link in the description to let you guys know that EA have announced that these claims are false. Dead Space is still a working IP and they have no plans to cancel it at this point. However, since then, in a very interesting turn of events, Peter Moore, the Chief Operating Officer of EA Games, has actually posted some comments on the videogamer.com article where they originally posted from the anonymous source the news of Dead Space 4's cancellation. Moore's comments claim that videogamer.com fabricated the entire story in an act of standard shoddy journalism, looking to improve their click-through rates to support their ad revenue. He went on to say that all they'd have to do is make up a story, credit it to an unnamed source, post it in the morning with the letters EA and something about microtransactions, and just step back and watch it explode. After confirming his identity, Moore posted again to explain that his original comments had been towards videogamer.com. He wasn't upset at the rejection of community feedback, but just at the fact that a publication had to fabricate a story to generate controversy. Videogamer.com have since released their own statement, explaining that they did run the story in good faith. They did all the necessary checks to ensure that all the information represented was as fair and accurate as possible, and the story was not generated for ad revenue. If you would like to find out any more about this, I'll go ahead and post a link to the story below. But that's everything that I've got to share with you guys today, so thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and favourite this video if you enjoyed it, As you can see, I now have to get back to Mass Effect 3 Citadel DLC, which I'm halfway through and enjoying very much, and I guess I'll take the occasional break to see if I can get onto the SimCity servers. Please feel free to leave me a comment if you have any sort of response to anything I said, and I guess that's everything, so I'll see you guys again soon for another video. Bye!